Hi all, welcome to John's Model Making. Today I'm carrying on with a Willys Jeep. There we go, there's a book of instructions. We've got stage 101 to 105. I'm going to start this field gun today, so that'll be cool. A lot of these parts are metal. There we go, there's 101. Yeah, we'll go through the instructions one by one. We also do the two wheels as well today. That'll be cool, yeah. Now where the field gun is concerned, you can have open trails, closed trails, closes when it's being towed. Open it is for when it's in combat position. Yeah, not compact. What am I like? Anyway, so yeah, that is it. After today's video, we've got 15 stages left, and then the field gun is completed, and Willys Jeep is finished. After that, I just have to weather it up. I'm going to popping it up on the shelf. You won't be able to see it when I do the videos, to be honest, because it's up there. But I will show you at the end, obviously, with it all laid out. Hopefully I'll be able to get some hardboard and make a bit of a diorama for it as well, but I don't know when exactly I'll get to do that, but I'll get round to it one day. But anyway, without further ado, let's get on with the build. Okay, here we have stage 101. We'll get the parts out. We have 101A support Pintle. Then we have an apron, handles and hinges, ABM, ACM and SM screws. Okay, those are our parts. First things we need is 101C, which is the handles. They will fit onto here. 101B, just in there. The second one will go in here, like that. And we need ACM screws to keep them in place. So put these in one at a time. Let's see, is it better that way? Looks straighter that way anyway. There we go. That's the two handles in place. Right, now we want the hinges. The hinges will go that way and that way, like that. And with these we need ABM screws. Okay, we want the hinge facing that way. There we go. That's how the hinges should be. Yep, excellent. And this piece will go onto here and here. We use the SM screws for this. This one's rather loose, this one. So probably connect that up first. I'll just link them both up like that. Yeah, we need the SM screws, one here and one there. There we go, excellent. I think that's how that should be, just like that. Brilliant, there we go. So that's stage 101 completed. Let's move on to stage 102. Okay, so then we have stage 102. We have the main axle, the apron locking mechanism shaft, the apron locking hooks, wheel segment locking levers, guard left, guard bracket left, guard mount A left, guard mount B left. Right, let's get the parts out. Okay, those are the parts. Unfortunately, one of these parts, 102C, is broke. Part of it is snapped off. I don't know where it is because it's not even in the bag. But these should go onto here, onto the shaft 102B. Should move along, but they're a bit tight. So I'm going to have to free this up, I think. There we go, just put a round file in it, remove some excess paint. It'll move along just like this one. Right, that one's gone through alright. There we go, that's them two freed up a little. Now the locking mechanism goes here. What we did earlier. Right. It's been a little bit loose now because it's right on the edge as well. But there we go. As you can see, this one's broke here, but we'll give it a whirl anyway. That's where that fits. Just like that, and then we need to fit this piece over the top and fix it in place with FM screws. Okay, so we hold the frame like that with 102C and 102B there, and then we pop this piece over the top and we need the FM screws. Link all this up like that. There we go. That fastens like that, and then from this other side we need to fix 4 FM screws. There we go, that's that axle in place. Now the locking mechanism, obviously one of the handles here is missing, so need to position this one, get this over. It's a bit stiff now, unfortunately. There we go. Yeah, it does move a little bit. I'll have to put a bit more oil on it. This one obviously won't. I'd have to use some pliers for that, but the little handle there, like I said, is missing. But that's locked in place for now. Okay, up next we need 102E, which is this plate, and this guide mount 102H. This needs to be this way around. We'll use EM screws. And then we have 102G, which will go into that position just there. There we go. That's the guide mounts in place. Okay, next we have 102F, which is this piece. That will fit just there, and we'll fit that in place with an SM screw, which I've got just here. There is a little location tab just here. There we go. Yeah, the little tabs come through. That looks excellent. Right, we need to pop this in place. Okay, this fits just here, like that, and we need 1 CM screw from underneath. There we go. Excellent. Now we just have these 2 little pieces to pop in place now. These look like handles, and these 2 handles fit here and on the other end. So that goes there. I need some glue for that. Let's see. And this one here. There we go. That's the handles, locking mechanism plate, and that guard in place. Looking just like that. Locking mechanism, yeah. Only one handle works on it. We could leave that one up all the time, really, to be honest. Just pop that one down because, yeah, otherwise it might be a little bit awkward. Well, this is a bit stiff anyway. But it does go down there like that. Excellent. Pity about that being broke, but nothing I can do about it now. But anyway, that's stage 102. Let's move on to stage 103. Okay, now we got stage 103. We have guard right, guard bracket right, guard mount A right, guard mount B right, travelling lock mechanism, travelling lock hinges, travelling lock lever, CM, EM, SM, YM screws. So again, we will need these 2 little guard mounts, and we'll need that as well. We'll pop onto this plate. One will go here and one will go there. That one, yeah, it does have an R on it, so get the EM screws out. So we have 103A and 103D, which is the larger of these guard mounts, and EM screws. Okay, now this piece will go here like that. Again, there's a little location tab there as well. We need an SM screw. Okay, we can pop this into place just here like that, and we need a CM screw for that. There we go, excellent. Pop that to one side. Now we need this piece, which is metal, and we need to pop these 3 into place. This one will go here think that one goes there like that. Check that in a minute anyway. These two will go here. We need YM screws for these, and here. There we go, that's 103G in place. It just pushes in place, that position like that. Now we need to pop these in place with 2 YM screws, one on either side. There we go, that's them two into place, looking cool like that. Right, let's bring this over. These actually do go onto the back here, just there and there, and we need CM screws. Okay, let's pop the hinges in place. There we go, excellent. Well, that axle is really shaping up now. Yeah, it's a pity about this. Hopefully that one won't break. But there we go, it still operates. Anyway, there we go, that's stage 103 completed. Okay, now we have stage 104. We have a tyre, outer and inner rim, washer, wheel, disc, hubcap, wheel segment, CM, BM. I think the last one's got DM screws. OM screws, not DM. Right. Anyway, let's get the tyre together. Normally we don't need any water for these tyres. These just usually pressed together, and we use the BM screws to keep them in place, the rims that is. So that's that one. Get the BM screws out. Okay, them two rims have gone together, no problem. Get the BM screws in place. Okay, there we go. Next is a brake disc. Pop that onto there. We need CM screws for this. There we go, excellent, that's the tyre. We want the IXO back. This goes on the left side, which I believe is this side. It should have an L on it somewhere. Yeah, this is the left side. So we'll pop this piece on, which is 104G, and you can see that little peg there that's sticking out. That will link there like that nicely. And now we can pop the wheel on, and we'll need the washer and the OM screw. Okay, here we have the washer. Pop that into there like so, and one OM screw. There we go. Yeah, tight fit that, but it is rotating. It was a bit wobbly before, that's why this came down. But there we go, that's in place now. Right, all we need to do is pop the hubcap on. That just goes onto there we go, push fit, excellent. Right, you can see how that locking mechanism would work. Right, let's move on to stage 105. Okay, on stage 105 we have another tyre. There we go, that's all the parts again. Tyre, outer rim, inner rim. It doesn't matter which side you put these rims on, because the tyre is exactly the same on both sides. All the markings, that is. Just push the rim in just like previous. We'll need the BM screws, get these 4 holes lined up, and we can now get it screwed into place. Okay, don't get the BM screws in place. There we go, excellent. Right, now we need the disc. Goes there. We want 2 CM screws. There we go. Right, we need this segment. This is metal, this frame. It just calls it a segment basically. It will go there and it will locate there like that, just like the other one. And then we've got the wheel just there like so, and we do need an OM screw and the washer. Okay, let's put the washer into here and one OM screw. There we go, that's not wobbly at all. Excellent. Pop the hubcap on. There we go. Brilliant, there we go. That's fantastic. There we go, that's our two tyres in place. Let's lock that in place with our one working mechanism. But there we go, I think that, oh, that one's come out again. Sure, that was... There we go. Solution is use a bigger screwdriver to tighten up them OM screws, because otherwise these two well, look like guides, don't they really? Well, they keep or flaps. They keep falling out of position. But yeah, they are a little bit loose, but it shouldn't come out of position, and you only can pull them one way. But there we go, that's stage 105. That will actually stage 101 to 105 completed. Excellent. Pity about that broken handle, but you know, still works. Excellent stuff. There we go, folks. There's the axle in place with the two tyres. Yeah, these guides they're fine now, even though they're a little bit floppy. As you can see, they don't fit up tight. Could do with a washer for them really, but they don't supply anything. But you just make sure you tighten up the tyre, the wheel in place with a big screwdriver, like I said before. And even though that handle on that lock on this side is broken, it's not going to be really a problem. So it's just a pity really. That's the first fault I've had with this build, I think, if I remember rightly. Yeah, buying the whole kit, this is what happens. So it's a few months ago now, but I'm not bothered mouthing on for it. But there we go, that's the start of the field gun. The wheel's in place with the axle and the locking mechanism. Excellent. Anyway, there we go. I hope you did enjoy that. That was a marathon for me, to be honest. Quite fiddly, some of them screws getting in place and bits and bobs. So yeah, pity about that handle again. I keep mentioning it, but anyway, there we go. It is what it is. Anyway, I hope you did enjoy it. If you did, give us a nice big thumbs up, and hopefully I'll catch you next time. So thanks for tuning in and watching. Stay safe. Bye for now.